how's it going? All right. Let me load this up. Interesting. Got a lot of null meshes. Oh, and then my placeholder script. All right. This is where we're at today. I'm going to adjust this up a little bit at base. That's good. It's going to come down when I talk. Something like that. Hello. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay. So, where we're at right now is we've pretty much finished movement. I did work on a couple algorithms last couple days. So I worked on a custom pathfinding algorithm, like an A-star algorithm. You can see all of my prioritization, timing, so on. And I have no idea how to pronounce a Dijkstra. It's the same thing as A-star, just very simplified. And essentially it's to get the nodes and then to move to the nodes is my A-star. They share a lot of code, and I do need to clean up all my comments because the comments are old code that I really don't need anymore. But here's where we're at. Very fast to calculate movement nodes, very fast to move. Everything looks pretty good. It feels pretty good. I'll be doing some tests here. I can navigate to when I have items on top of each other. I can go underneath. Oops. And my guy follows from underneath. I can do this. Oh, never mind, I can't. Okay, first bug we found, which is what testing's for, right? All right. Okay. If under bridge and jump tries to. I think this is actually a pretty easy fix. I had some code prior to this and I deactivated it. So I think that's actually pretty good. Let's fix that really quick, actually. It'll essentially be down here in this. Okay. I'm going to a higher spot and okay. And then a position is in grid. Go ahead and pass. Okay, so if I'm going to a higher spot and there is something above me in the grid, pass, so I wouldn't add it to neighbors. It's there. That should work. Okay, I might be missing something though. Okay. Position's where I'm at. Grid I.Y is where I'm going. Position X, which is where I'm at. Position Z, grid I. Interesting. Okay, so I gotta figure that out. We'll figure that bug out. Let me go over a couple other things I did here. So some of the other things I did, I went and created some classes. I think this happened last stream. So I can, for example, set that to 3, set this to 5. Those are backwards, that's okay. And then essentially, when I do this, right, now I have a longer movement. And then I'll show you here, it does track, well, that's going over. So, okay. Need to figure out a couple things, because I should have gotten the node underneath the bridge, if you saw there. So I'm missing that node for some reason. That probably has to do with my algorithm, which is fine. Well, actually, it may be valid. Let's check. Let's go back here. And let's do a cell count. So my guy can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is valid. So yeah, so the algorithm's working pretty good because I can get to here by going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump off to 5. I cannot get under the bridge because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does not get me under the bridge. So algorithm's working pretty good. I think the one piece that's still broken apparently, which I had fixed at one point, is this. Oh, well, it worked that time, of course. So now it's a non-repeatable bug, which is so much harder. What happened there? Oh, that's concerning. Okay. Let's see. It might have to do with the direction I'm facing. Okay. I mean, this looks pretty good. All right, let's try. Maybe it was just this. Okay. That's unfortunate. A non-repeatable bug is hard. I don't think I changed anything in the code to warrant this. Oh no. Okay, I thought I had fixed it at one point. Well, that's fun. We'll have to figure that out. That's gonna be fun. Ultimately though, it's looking pretty good. There are a couple bugs. You can see I can delete squares with my mouse. That is not intended functionality. It's kind of cool, but it's not intended. I think it's an easy fix. But yeah, so let's go ahead and fix that real quick because it's kind of annoying. And I think I can do it quickly. I think essentially when I go into what we call mouse mode, here, I immediately set, let's see when I'm setting, this is mouse mode. Let's see. It would actually, I think, be in the world node when I set it. And so for my hover cells, anytime I set hover cells, it's essentially what I need to look for. That's some highlighting, not just highlighting. I need to actually be when I set my hover cell. Let's see if I can find that. It might not be here. It might be in my camera. Let's see. So is this where I'm setting hover cells? Target position. Let's just search the word hover because I think okay, I don't. Let's check here under world for hover. There's gonna be a few. If floor, so that's gonna only be for active players. All right, that's move state, so that's not quite it. Okay, I think this is it. Set cell item. And I'm already checking if target item is -1 or target items and highlight cells. So it is interesting. Okay, I think the problem is I'm looking at target item, which does look at next grid, and it does set next grid here. Is there another place I set hover cells? That is the only place. Okay. In move state. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the problem. Let's see. Do I even need that? I think I might not need that. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, I do need that. See that? Okay, that's probably why though. Let's do this. And then what I need to do is take this if statement here and apply it. And that should fix it. That should be problem solved. All right. I'm not erasing any squares, which is great. Yeah, I think that fixes it. I think it was that simple. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. all of that, all of this bug chasing real quick, to really just say the plan for today. We are going to be doing a little bit of testing, so I want to try to test out as much as I can. Hopefully I can repeat that bug. I'm a little concerned if I can't repeat the bug, I might not be able to fix it. And so I'm hoping I can repeat it. I wonder what happened. And it could have been that I deleted a square. If I deleted a square, all bets off. Okay. That is a bug. Probably not a huge deal. Everything else, the movement is pretty smooth. I mean, and not bad. I might set, right now I have active player. It kind of drifts to them and then drifts back so you can see. Haven't decided whether I like that or not. Might get some input on that. Ultimately though, everything looks pretty good. And I've got it set, like my algorithm when I first started running it, the why I had to tune it is I just kind of copied I worked out a kind of a generic A-star algorithm. But it was taking forever to load anything over movement speed of like 5. And the problem was like 5's a pretty low movement speed. But now I can show you, I just set the warrior and the apprentice. I set the warrior to 20, the apprentice to 18. So now, like it takes a second to load, but it's not bad. And you can see his jump is 1. So he can't actually come up here, right? But he's just gonna run around. He's good to go. And it tracks really fast and finds the shortest path really fast. So you can see all my troubleshooting in the bottom, which I can turn off now. So yeah, ultimately I'm pretty happy with it. No one would ever, I don't think, have 20 movement in this game. That would just be unreal. And maybe, I mean, in game, right? And what we know is we can accommodate it. So that looked a little bit silly, not terrible. So I might be making a couple little tweaks to animations today as well, if it needs it. I'm not going to stress over it too much though. My goal is to try to get something out, to have a demo ready. Probably in the next few months. I don't want to sit on it too long. So I'll probably keep moving forward, even if I have a couple silly looking things here and there. I think it'll average out and I'll make sure it gets fixed before the game's released, of course. Yeah, but ultimately feel pretty good about it. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is character, or as confirmation. So what this needs to happen here, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I don't know if this is loud or not. Feel free to tell me. But it seems a little bit loud. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, let's see where I'm moving at. There's probably still some simplification I need to do here. So in my move character here, okay, if has active node, I might be able to put a while loop around here, right? And say like while I could say like move confirm while I haven't confirmed my movement, right? Do this. That might be the easiest way. We go make a boolean called move confirm. Okay. So let's see. And then essentially whenever I start this, oh, I guess I could have just done var move confirm equals false. That's probably the best thing to do here. Instead of up here. All right. So then I'm going to have here. Where are we at? Cool. All right, var move confirm equals false. And then while I'm in here, I'm going to make this really simple, I think. Right here in this while loop, for now, I'm gonna make this simple and just say, if I get an accept, then that's my trigger. I don't think that's perfect. Ultimately, I'll put a UI up there. So I'll put here, if, let's see, I'll put a while here. While move confirm. This is going to be really bad actually for now. While move confirm. If I get input, move confirm equals true. And then I'll say like if. There's a cancel button, I think. Yeah. Like, this is not good code at the moment. Equals false. Obviously, that's just going to get stuck in there if I don't move confirm. So what I should do here, I want to essentially wait on the input. I guess I could do var input equals false. I mean, this is bad coding, but I'll fix that later. Input equals true. Input equals true. This can be while I haven't got an input. So this is basically going to lock up until then. And I think I'm going to need to hang out for a second, like an await node. Let me grab one of those, because it does not like while loops without any sort of pausing feature. I have learned this. Okay. I think that does it. Next, we'll go ahead and create a UI that pops up and says, hey, confirm. But I think what we do here, guy's gonna run. Okay. Obviously that did not quite work. Or work at all. Let's see what happened here. Print. Confirm. And then this is going to be print deny. So it should get stuck in this loop. I can get rid of this now, I think. If we're sure, should get stuck in this loop. Which is essentially, unless I'm moving my character multiple times. Nope. So, what we got here? If move's possible, while move is false, while move confirm is false, which I am setting it to be false. Go ahead and run. Okay. I wonder if it's going to run that again. It shouldn't. It should get stuck in the while loop. Okay, interesting. Oh, it thinks I confirmed it there too, even though I hit cancel. Huh. Wow. Interesting. Waiting on input. You know what? I think I know what's happening. And that can be solved with a UI. Okay. Well, looks like I have to create a UI. So that's okay. Because here's what's happening. what's happening is I'm probably hitting the move button. And so I'm sending a signal to kind of move on. Confirm. Yeah, that did not deny. All right, so I need to make a quick UI real quick, which is going to be, let's create a control here, a margin container. Go to here, a margin container, and this is going to be action confirm. Okay. We're going to move it to the middle of the screen. We're going to add child. And I'm going to add let's see what I got. Could add a label. Okay. That label is going to say confirm selection. Let's horizontal align it in the center. Okay. And let's add a horizontal. Let's see what we got. We got a horizontal box container. Let's see, I might need a vertical box container as well. A VBox container. And then essentially the label will go in the VBox container and the HBox container will go in the VBox container. Okay, and then in the HBox container, I'm going to have two buttons. Button 1. Button 1. This is going to say confirm. And this is going to be a confirm button. We're going to call this button selection. We're going to call this VBox container confirmation window. We're going to make another one. The button. It's going to be cancel button. And it's going to say cancel. And then what we're going to do here, let's see if I can find the size of these things. I don't want them shrinking to the text. I want to change it. X, let's make it like 100. Oh, I cannot. Child of a container. Sure, but I'm sure that I can modify said container. Icon alignment, right? Negative. Okay, so it doesn't have to do with an icon. Expand icon. Nothing. Clip text. Ooh, interesting. So that doesn't matter. Flat. Okay, I don't want a flat. Interesting. I bet it could be on my button selection layout. Alignment center. Okay, that helps. Confirmation window. Alignment center. That looks good. Okay, action confirm. Layout. Okay, I can probably make this a little smaller. 200, 100. I want it centered ultimately. What is my center value? With this 1250? No, 1250. Probably 1,220, so 1,250. 625. Nope. Oh my goodness. Ah, because it's the left. Interesting. Okay. Well, how big is it? This is 200. So minus 425. There you go. That should be fairly centered. This is probably okay at like negative 250. Okay. I do want a... Let's see if I can choose a theme. Let's see. Interesting. What is this? Margin. Margin container, is that what this is? The margin container, so it should be good. I should be able to apply that, right? Let's see how I would do that. Theme. Okay. I don't think that's it. Let's clear that because I don't know what I'm doing there. Interesting. I have my theme selected. Which should be my theme. You know what? It's probably okay. I will stylize everything later. Right now, it's just going to pop up, and then I'm going to, upon doing so, make the focus this confirm button. And that should be what I needed to do. I also need to hide this. So, declare info. See what I got here. Probably need something like this. Okay, let's do some of these same script things here. Oh man, let's delete that. Detach the script. Attach the script. Okay. So actions here are going to be confirm, and cancel. Okay, I could get the slide in. If world grid map dot move confirm. Who's that moving? Move confirm mode. And then ultimately here, I need to create a move confirm mode up here. Confirm mode equals 0. And then down here, when I first start moving, where are we at? Where are we at? Move character right here. So if move possible, and I say, yeah, move, so I guess I could be here. Oh, it needs to be after I finish moving, actually. It needs to be here. Move confirm mode equals true. And I need to set here, move confirm mode equals false. And then after I select something, I need to set move confirm mode back to false, which I guess I could just do it outside of the while loop. Probably here. Okay. All right, and then here, I would essentially say, shift my focus. Let's see if I can find this here. Those are all the places I'm grabbing focus. Okay. Not quite what I need here. It's possible it's in a character. It's not. It's possible it's in movement. Focus. It's not. It's possible it's in camera. Not H. Focus. Okay. There it is. Okay. And then what I would do here is in here, when I'm in here, not the player info slash B box, I need to action confirmed, action confirm slash confirmation window slash button selection slash confirm button. Grab focus. And then I think here, I'm gonna leave this for now. I mean, this isn't gonna be right, but I'm gonna leave that for now. That should at least grab focus, and then it should go away. Essentially here I need this to do that. And then I should set here, and I should say get node active player dot position equals player position. Where is player position coming from? Cool. So I set it before I do any movement, and then that should work. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. I mean, this isn't going to be the final solution, but I feel pretty decent about it. Let's look at it. I 100% am getting an error. Got to. Let's see. Oh, okay. If has node. Really? That's really interesting. That's what I have here. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. So if I need to do if just world grid map dot move confirm mode, I can slide in the animation. And then like this isn't going to be perfect. I need an animation player for that, which I guess I could just copy. Okay. Really surprised to see it down there. Well, I guess that's right. Okay, I see. I get it. Okay, so this should be like negative 500. And the Y should be like 200 or 250. And that can be 250. Okay. Oh, this is slide in, so it should be 0, negative 250, to negative 500, negative 250. Which looks terrible, but that's okay. So ultimately, maybe I just do like this. It's fast. Okay. Okay. And then this one's going to be negative 500, negative 250, to 200, negative 250. Okay, that's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. So if position equals negative 250 or negative 500. Wait, this is the slide in. So 200, negative 250, slide in. And on this one, wait a second. Oh, if position's not. Okay, that makes sense. Negative, so this one would be 200, negative 250. Slide in. Okay. I don't have, that's funny. I haven't really coded up Hide UI, but I do have the ability to do that. Okay. So that basically should just slide in when I'm in move confirm mode. Let's go here. Let's make sure I'm setting move confirm mode. I'm setting false here. Move confirm mode is true. Okay, now let's try it. What didn't it like? Button pressed, get node, slash, okay. Slash button selection. Slash hope you like the music, by the way. This is original music with some live looping. All right, invalid button pressed. Get node. Oh, because I'm missing confirmation window. Slash button selection. Confirmation window slash button selection. Then I have confirm button, cancel button. That's really silly for me to think that all of a sudden my game would be smart enough to just figure that out on its own. That's my bad. My bad game. Okay. That's really silly. Okay. Well, I broke everything. What happened there? Look at this script. That is potentially... I mean, it's not necessarily the problem. It is a problem. Interesting. So I don't need this. But animation player still should have no impact at all. Interesting. Let's try it. Hey, maybe it does. I mean, obviously it does. Okay. Interesting. Let's think through this, because I broke it. Okay, let's first, what I should do is just look at this. This animation player, is it tied to action confirm? Interesting. This script is the action confirm script, and this script is the player info script. So they're different scripts calling different animations. Let me check on this animation. Go to this track. Okay, should be editing position of action confirm, which is good. It's exactly what it should be doing. It's very, very interesting to me. Why would this think? I can check something real quick. Print confirming. Let's check if it's actually running this confirming. Probably is. It's not. Okay. Very interesting. So it doesn't have to do with this script. It has to do with this script. Did this one's root node change? No. Player info position. That looks pretty good. Ah, look at that. Why? Okay, so here's what I probably need to do. Is there a make unique? Obviously, it thinks these two things are the same. Okay, that's really interesting. So if I change this to 0, it also changes. No. What happened there? Unless I accidentally did it. Okay, well, that I can fix. That's extremely interesting. 0. Let's see, it's going to start actually at 200, 0. And it's going to end at 0, 0. And for slide out, it's going to start at 200. They're actually going to start at 0, 0. End at 200, 0. Now if I go to this animation player, it all updated. Okay. Add track, property track. We will control action confirm. And we will control position. It obviously got confused. I don't blame it. It's fine. Okay. So right now, what is this? Zero, zero. Start at 200. 0. Wait, this is slide out. Start at 0, 0. We'll go to 200, 0. For slide in. 200, 0, 0, 0. Okay. For slide out. I may have to delete these animations entirely. Let's just do this for now. It's not going to work. Edit. Okay. Animation. Remove. Remove. We'll say slide in on this one, we'll play slide in confirm. Here's what happened. I think those nodes were referencing each other. When I copied them, it copied over the references, even though we can't see them. There are a few bugs in Godot. That might not even been a bug. That might have been my lack of understanding. You have to be careful when you copy. All right. Position. Oh. Action confirm. Position. Insert key. Insert key. 200, not 0. Negative 250. 200. No, this would be negative 250. Negative 425. Okay. Slide out confirm. I guess I'll go 500. We'll see how centered it is. Slide out confirm. Add track for action confirm. Add a property for position. Insert key. Insert key. We will start. Negative 500. Negative 250. And we'll go to 200. Negative 250. Okay. I think that probably fixes some of our issues. Some of them. Not all of them. Let's see what else I did to break it. Okay. Did I fix these animations? What in the world is happening? Oh, that's slide in confirm. Wait. Why? Okay. All right. Is there a make unique? Never doing that again. I am done with any form of copy paste in the rest of my life. It's official. Copy paste is broken. Shouldn't use it ever. It's overrated. Let's see. Okay, so I need to fix this then. I need to add a new animation player here. And I need a new animation. What do we call this one? We call this one slide in animation and slide out animation. So for slide in animation, for slide in animation, I'm a little nervous. A little nervous that those popped up like that. We'll see. Player info. Position. Okay. Start at 0. Go to 200. Okay. That should fix this. Cool. Well, that's broken, which is really interesting because I didn't think I changed much. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I think that's okay. Let's get it working again. I think essentially here, I can still set move confirm mode. Let's get rid of interesting. Hold up. Let's get rid of all this. Okay, this should be back to essentially what it was before. Interesting. Do I still have a while? I do still have a while loop in there. Okay. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's get rid of that while loop for a moment. Let's just baseline reset. I'll come back to it. I don't know if a while loop's really the right thing anyway for that. Now that I have a UI. Okay, maybe we get rid of the move confirm. I wouldn't think that would break anything, but I really haven't changed a whole lot. So that's really pretty interesting. Maybe that. I did have that. I forgot. That's probably my whole problem. Okay. Let's do one thing at a time. So if I undo this, this will break it. And I think it breaks it. Actually, I know it breaks it because it's moving me initially to the corner of the node. And then I'm stuck. So that's not right. I need to do plus vector 3, 0.5, comma 0.5, comma 0.5. Essentially move me to the middle of the node. And the Y value is the same way. I'm flooring everything. And I sit a little bit above for some reason. I think it's the center of my dude. Ooh, I did not like that. Player position. I mean, I could do a vector 3 player position dot x, player position dot y, and player position dot z. Okay, and I think this will break, so don't judge me too much when it does. I think ultimately here, what it will show though is that, ooh, look at that jump. Okay, that did not break. I'm hovering, I'm jumping in the air because of that 0.5. Okay. Not quite what I'm looking for. What I kind of want, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to teleport back when I tell it, no, that's not where I wanted to go, right? When I unconfirm. So I might come back to this because my dude will already run back. Maybe that's the right way to go, is just run back. Ultimately, that looks pretty good. Ooh, except that. Okay, I think get rid of this. I think let him run back. Because ultimately it's just going to generate a new set of movement cells, and I'll run to those movement cells, and honestly that's not that bad of a solution. So like, this should not be broken anymore. Yeah, not broken. Okay. But if I do this, he just runs to the next cell. Honestly, that's so much better. I think it probably can break. Maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad. I think this breaks it. but not terribly. I mean, it's not great. I think it probably could break it. Oh, there you go. Didn't break it. There you go. There you go. That broke it. Okay. So I do need to, what I probably do is run in reverse back to my start point, actually. Yeah. So I definitely won't need that. Okay. So let's see. All right. Now, after this, go ahead and put move confirm. I think I can turn all this back on because I know what that problem was. Okay. Var move confirm. Don't actually need that anymore. I need this. I guess I could say like here. If move confirm, go move character again. Okay. Okay, that did not move confirm at all. Let's see. It for some reason confirmed. So it got past here. And then what did it do? It should have gotten stuck in here. Interesting. Let's see. Just, I'm going to print waiting on input. Okay. You know what? I think it starts this and it goes and goes and goes. So I think I need a while get node active player dot position does not equal. Oh, I think I can just say, well, yeah. Does not equal, oops. Oops, okay. I guess I could say like while movement nodes equals blank and just await. I think it's doing this really fast. And I don't think... Oh, shoot. I think I see what's happening. Okay. Yes, I'm doing this too soon. So I would move this. Let's see, let's run this real quick, because I think this is all gravy. I totally didn't think about moving to that move path. Okay. Okay. One thing I want to do real quick is on this animation player. These animations here. I just want to move it out to like there. I think that'll look a little cleaner. Okay. Let's see. Now what I need to do. I am at a loss. Okay. Right now, I need to go into this move path. So in my movement node, in move path, here. Basically at the top, move confirm is false. Input equals false. While I'm not getting input, go ahead and wait on the input until I hit confirm or deny. Grab focus, and then this should be active player.movement that it's looking at. Okay, and so I can say if as node world gridmap.active player and not world grid map this, but get, actually, I probably want to do that first so I don't freak it out. And then if get node active player dot move confirm and not hide UI. Okay. I need a world grid map dot active player. Cool. That should work. And then let's try that real quick. Move confirm mode. Ah, I see. I don't think I need these. Well, I probably will. Maybe not. I mean, I could just say, hey, if you hit no. All right, what didn't it like? Invalid index, move confirm node. Really? Okay. That's because it's not active, .active player. It's .active player, comma, slash movement. Is it plus? I know I've done this. Maybe it's plus. I don't think it's plus. I did it here. It is plus. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. Ugh. If get node. Move confirm mode. Invalid kinetics. Move confirm. Okay. Super simple. Try again. Okay. So, should have had move confirm mode there on. Hey Ace, how's it going? So essentially there, move confirm mode I'm not turning on. Okay, so that's what I need to do here is while input, I need to turn move confirm mode equals Peru. All right. Let's see from there. Okay, so then when I move. All right, it did not come up. Oh, it came up for a second. Interesting. This is Godot. I don't know if you've ever used Godot. But it's a pretty good little engine. It's kind of what everyone's moving to, I think, in the light of the Unity issue. Yeah. So it's pretty good. Okay, so here it is waiting on input, but it's not going into the right mode until after I hit this. I've been doing game dev for like 16 days. I've gotten pretty far. I mean, I did have a coding background, so that helps. It's very object oriented, and I really like object oriented coding, right? Because you can do a lot without code. So I would say yes. Of course, there's a learning curve. If you've never coded before, it's useful to learn that. But you could do it while doing this. And there's tons of tutorials out there. Godot themselves release a lot of tutorials that are very beginner friendly. And they have a lot of assets and other things that go along with those tutorials. So I would say it's a good one. And it's open source. So that's good because it's free and will always be free, which is nice. And if you wanted to make add-ons, if you got really into it, you could do that because you can go get the source code. Ultimately, I think it's worth it. Pretty good. So this is a 3D game. You will be losing. Yeah, no problem. You will be losing some of the you won't. This isn't Unreal Engine, right? But I mean, like I have tried 0% on graphics, right? Oh, that actually kind of worked. So I've like tried 0% on graphics here. All right, that's gonna work pretty well. And it's not bad, right? I mean, like, it handles 3D fine. There's a lot of built-in stuff to really help. So really not too bad at all. I for sure like it. We're pretty close with this. So we have the confirmation window coming up now. Oh, it didn't that time until I moved. That's interesting. Wonder why that is. Okay. That's really interesting. I just kind of jumped in. Go for it. I think they have some, if you go to like the Godot website or just Google like Godot first 2D game or first 3D game tutorial, they have some pretty good tutorials. And it's honestly, that's what I did. I did the 2D tutorial. It wasn't bad. Like, it created a fun little game. Yeah, you can call me C. That's fine. Completely fine. My name's Cody, which is where the C comes from. Call me C. You can call me Cody. Call me Shell. Call me whatever you like. But yeah, I think Godot's pretty good. And I think if you follow one of those beginner tutorials they have, you'll learn a lot in the process. You'll learn some coding. What kind of background do you have? And I am going to work on confirming this. So this is popping up now. I'm not doing anything with these values yet, so I still need to do that. I am surprised that I'm grabbing the focus here, but I'm not able to control it. I think that has to do with just the settings in my node. So this is another thing, right? Because it's all like object oriented. There is, like, if I go to like these buttons, right? There's certain settings, toggle mode, and so on, that I need to make sure are set here, and you don't have to go code all that. Hey Journey, I'm making a tactical RPG. That's cool. That's cool. 3D and 2D art. So I think you've got a third of it, right? I think it's programming, art, and music. Hey Journey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm making a tactical RPG. So where I'm at right now, only like a couple weeks in, but ultimately I'm working on the confirmation select for the movement. I've gotten the movement down pretty good. I worked an algorithm to try to do like the path finding right. And so this is where I'm at. This confirmation screen is not working right now. I mean, it's fine, but it's just not really what I'm looking for. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. And then there, for some reason, until it gets an input, it's not popping up, which is really interesting. So I need to figure that out. I mean, this is fine for sitting here, not fine for that. My biggest tip, I think, is just to jump in, right? It's really intimidating to get started on a project like this. It's hard to, when you're with no coding background, yeah. It's hard, I think, to like just get started. But ultimately, you've got to start somewhere. And so even if you have no coding background, just jump in. Go look at the tutorials. Go start with like the 2D tutorial, right? And start working through that. And it'll teach you a little bit of coding. Start simple. And then as you kind of need more logic for your game, right? As you want to expand it, you'll learn more coding. So just learn along the way. There are lots of tutorials online that'll talk to you and tell you, thank you, Journey. That'll tell you, hey, go learn coding first. Go learn Python. Go learn whatever. And that's okay. You can do that. It's a very valid way to do it. But ultimately, the problem is if you're not excited to learn coding, you're not going to learn coding. If you're excited to make a game, that's a platform and an avenue for you to go learn coding. HTML stuff's good. I mean, that's where I started, right? Making websites, MySpace, HTML coding. It's at least gives you the sense of logic, right? The difference between all these programming languages is syntax. But at the heart of it, once you get the logic down, that's the hard part. The hard part is knowing, what order things need to occur in, how I can make something happen on the screen, and whatever language you learn is good. So if you want to do HTML, feel free. In 2024, HTML might not be all that useful, but at least if it's fun to you and you're enjoying making a website, go for it. That's a very valid thing to do. So I would say, yeah, whatever you find interesting, right? If your thing is art and HTML is a way for you to go express that art, go for it. Yeah, no problem. Hey, One, how are you doing? Hope things are going well there. It's been a fun night. We've gotten a lot done here already. I'm hoping that we can get this confirmation window working. I think I had a prediction going on Twitch. Hey, I appreciate it, Journey. Thanks a ton. I appreciate that. So hopefully I see you around more. But yeah, good seeing you. I'm pretty new to this scene. I just started making this game. I mentioned earlier a couple weeks ago. Prior to this, I have a background in avionics development, so I've done a lot of programming more on the automation side, right? I'm not software engineer, but I've at least been around it enough. So I've got a little bit of background there, and it definitely helps here, especially in object-oriented coding. So it's definitely something I enjoy. Thanks, Ace. Really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun so far, just getting to know people and talk to people. So I'm hoping that grows because it's a blast when people are on here chatting. Definitely makes this whole experience, I think, a whole lot more fun. And hopefully you guys are having fun too. So really appreciate it. I think one of the hardest parts, I think, of like streaming and stuff is there is a lot of downtime when you first start. So like getting something up and going and kind of knowing, hey, you know, what I do, I think that's hard. But it's something like this, right? When you're coding and you have like a game you're developing, it's kind of a different story, right? Because I can just chill. I can talk through my thought process of coding. And then whether I have an audience or not, I'm still having a blast. So, hey, really appreciate it, Ace. Yeah, pop in. Happy to talk through some stuff with you. And hope to see you streaming before too long or creating a game. I'll keep up with you as well. So I appreciate it. I think the next thing I have to code here is my selection. So if I come down to this movement where I get here, right now it's just confirm deny. I really want to figure out why here. There is one thing kind of weird thing is, thanks, Journey. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, one thing I want to kind of figure out is why this isn't popping up until I have another input. That's good. Yeah, so when I first finish this, right, I do return trigger here. I'm going to print here just to see. I know I'm getting to waiting on input because this is where it pops up. So ultimately move confirm mode should be true. So if move confirm mode is true, let's look at what's going on here. I think this is the issue, is I have to have an active player. And so let's see, that's interesting. Impossible that my active player is going away and I'm not triggering it until I move something. Let's look at that. That's a good hypothesis. Let's see, so that'd be under the movement. Yeah, absolutely. Please go ahead. Do it. Go for it. I'll check it out. Feel free to share your main channel here. Thanks for asking as well. All right, so one thing I might do is put move confirm mode up here. So it's going to return the trigger here, which is going to, if I go to camera, what that essentially does is it recenters my camera on my player. So let me go down to there and we'll follow that code. So let's see. So when I trigger a return here, which is up. Thanks for sharing. I'll definitely check it out after I'm finished here. All right, looking for a trigger. Return triggered, which is, let's see, interesting. Is it this line? Okay. So there's return triggered. So I have an active player and it's gonna, that's the problem, is I'm moving and it's not setting my resetting my active player. What I might do here is just turn this off for now, see if that hypothesis is true. That's cool. That's great. Well, I'm excited for you and wish you luck. Hopefully that goes well. Does that fix it? It does not. Okay. But it does as soon as I move. Confirmation window pops up. It does not have to do with this then. I'm going to just print in returned here. So I can see if it is waiting to return. It's possible there's something there's a lot of processes on here that run at the same time. It's not like we're coding a bunch of things in series. Yeah, I didn't see. Okay, I'm probably printing too much stuff to see returned. But let's see. So let me turn off some of this stuff here, like the waiting on input, so I can actually see when things pop up. Let's go back to my movement script. One of the good things about Godot 2 is I've tried creating this very compositionally. And what I mean by that is like this movement node is the same on all of my characters, right? And essentially by editing like my assigned class and things here, I can change how far a character can move, right? So like I could say this one can move 7 and can jump 2. I can say this one can move 5 and jump 1. Sounds good. See you soon. And so ultimately that lets me be pretty modular, and I only have to edit the script in one place. I know probably every other programming language has that. Every other game engine, I'm sure, as well. But it's useful, and I think Godot makes it really easy to do, which is nice. And there's lots of tutorials on it, which is also nice. Okay, so let's see here. Ultimately here then, I need to try to follow that back. I'm in my movement script. And let's see here. Let's go back down. I lost the thread here. Uh-oh. Let's see. So here. Okay, runs. Okay. That popped up with the confirmation without me hitting an input, though it might have been a fluke. Okay, let me go back. So the big thing here was that I needed to turn off the printing. There we go. I found the thread. I needed to turn off this waiting for input, essentially, so that I could see when I returned. Because I do still kind of have a feeling that it has to do with that. It's the only like external function I'm calling there. Okay. Returned is triggered. Still hasn't popped up. And then it pops up. I wonder, I kind of hit the joystick really lightly. I was trying not to, but okay. So it doesn't have to do anything with that, which is good to know. Let's see. Clear cells. Remove that. Let's try just moving it up. So ultimately, when I clear these cells, I should be okay. There's not a while loop, but there is a while loop, but I would have finished by then. Let's try that. And then my moving will turn off. I'll set velocity to 0. And confirm should pop up. Let's give this a go. All right. So let's see. So returned, which did take a little bit of time. Working on the framework. Yeah, I haven't made any assets yet. Right now I'm just kind of using stuff that was available online, open source. Haven't really thought about art style too much yet. I'm kind of thinking maybe something a little more stylized, but I want to play around with a couple things. So right now I'm trying to get everything out of the way. My goal is in the next couple months to have a demo in place. But in order to get that demo, I've got to get a lot of mechanics. And so the thing I'm good with is programming. Decent with music, so all the music you're hearing is original music for me. So I've got those two pieces covered. I don't have the art piece covered. So need to figure that out. Likely we'll be commissioning something. And then I've got to figure out kind of what I want that to look like. I don't know at the moment. So interesting enough, that move confirm mode is true. What I'm going to try to do here is XCOM or like Demon Hunters. I think closer to XCOM. It's ultimately going to be, I actually haven't played XCOM, but I have seen it, right? I think it's closer to that. It's going to be a similar mechanics to like Fire Emblem. Thanks, appreciate it, Journey. This is all live looping. So this was done with a MIDI setup, and I'm playing every instrument. But it's ultimately a lot of it's MIDI. So. Very cool, Journey. Yeah, sounds like Aces too. So that's pretty cool. I think it's a very cool skill. Nothing I can do. I do have some 3D modeling from my engineering background, but if you need a block, you need a bolt, you need a gear, I'm your guy. You need something that looks good. Maybe I'm not quite there. One thing I'm going to do here is kind of turn off some of these protections, I think. Hide UI shouldn't matter. Let's see. It could be this. Let me do this. I don't think that's a problem. Like, it shouldn't be anyway. But it's possible that there is something moving. There's something somewhere moving that. Let's see if that changes anything here. Nothing. And then as soon as I move, man, maybe I just need to tell it, hey, apply a small input. Oh, holy crap. There's the problem. See this? This script is only running. This script is only running when I'm getting an input. I need it to be running all the time. The way to fix that is this. Wow. There are a lot of lines of code. I will say, getting a basic game going is not hard. Okay, that obviously came up way too soon, but yeah, getting a basic going, I won't say it's not hard. There's a learning curve. I don't want to like minimalize any work anyone's done. All of this could be hard, depending on your background. You should be able to, following some tutorials, get a basic game. The hard part of this one is that there are a lot of obstacles in the way. There are a lot of potential movement, right? And I'm not just like controlling a person, so I can't just say like the camera, for example. If I go to like the camera, this looks like a lot, but if I go to like this mode here, mode 2, all I really do in mode 2 is I get directional input, right? And I move. So it's not that long, and that's with my joystick. So joystick here, and I can control it. I know you can't see, I don't have a hand cam, but I need a lot of directional buttons. And then I need a lot of algorithms, which calculate where to go and what the shortest path is. So this is really where I think a lot of my coding came from, is this A-star algorithm, which they do have some built-in algorithms, but I needed a very specific one that read in these values and were dynamic. I think it's a situation where it looks scary, but really isn't. And most software is, the big question of whether you can program it is, can you break it into smaller pieces? Which is something I'm actually not very good at. So one thing you'll notice is on a lot of my code, looks pretty decent. And a lot of my code, you'll see like this big long thing. These might be exceptions actually. This is probably my best broken out code. But like if I go to, let me see, maybe on my character, or my camera is a really good example. This is one of the first ones I coded here. It's just like what they call monolithic software, right? It's like I did this the hardest way possible, which was code everything in at the same time. What you should do is you should take your problem, say, hey, I want to move a character. How do I break that into pieces? Well, I need an input, right? And then after I get that input, I want to do something with that input. And ultimately, if you break it up and you have functions for what each of those lower level pieces are, then you just have to go solve one problem at a time. And you just take stepping stones, and then you get better. And then after you get better, you can make bigger stepping stones. And ultimately, after you make big enough stepping stones, you can climb whatever mountain you're trying to climb. But it is definitely a step-by-step process. It takes time. And you don't want to, you're not trying to go climb the mountain all at once. You're trying to build up to it. And after you learn those skills, it gets easier and easier to climb that mountain. So I have full confidence in you. I would say tonight, or whenever you get time, I guess, go download Godot. It's free. It's not that big of a file even. And just go play around. Go load the tutorial. If you go Google and say like Godot tutorial 2D, right? There is this here. It's your first 2D game. And it's a really simple 2D game. This is what you get, right? You will learn how object-oriented programming works. You'll learn all of the kind of basic nodes for a 2D game. You will learn how Godot works in general, and then you'll learn some programming. You can see here, we haven't hit any programming yet, right? This is our first programming, and it's pretty simple. So I would say do it, right? Here, in fact, I'll put that in the chat. I think it's worth it. You could, really funny, actually. The PC I'm running on, let me show you this. This is kind of funny. I don't want to dox myself, so I'm gonna be careful, a little careful here. But this is what I'm running on. I'm running on an i7 4770. I bought this computer for $100. It says Sharon on top of it because it was from someone's office building when the company went out of business. And then my graphics driver, where is that at? Let's see. Display adapter. Yeah, I've got a Radeon R7 200 series. So I'm not playing with anything too powerful. I am going to buy a new graphics card. But go for it. Yeah, and Journey, they've got a tutorial. I think it's worth it to give it a shot. It is a lot of fun. I will say, even making the tutorial game, I took one and then took pictures of my kid, and he replaced all the art. He loved watching that. Oh yeah, an RX 570. That's what I'm planning on going to, like an RX 580. I really think you're okay. Go for it. I mean, some of if you try doing like ray tracing, you try doing a bunch of particle physics, maybe you'll max it out, but you could just build up to that. So you have something now, and then get the basic mechanics out of the way, and then whenever you finally get your new computer, then you could start playing with the graphics. So that's a fun way to start kind of expanding. Though I understand if art's your passion, it's hard to it's hard to say, hey, I'm gonna cool down on the art, but it gives you a chance in the next couple months to go learn programming side of it. So that's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that's encouraging, Journey. It's I was worried that my computer would be a bottleneck too, but so far it's done pretty good. All right, so we're coming along here. Let me go back to my movement. So I'm gonna move this back down because this is happening too soon. I wanna do it after I stop here. Now that we figured out that bug. There are a lot of bugs. A lot of this is problem solving. So if you like problem solving, like troubleshooting, or you wanna learn those skills, this is a good way to do it. All right, look at that. That looks pretty good. And then that is not what I want to happen, of course. Ultimately, I want to switch here. So that's the next step, is I need to activate those buttons. So let's see what we have. I want to check these buttons and see what, maybe it's toggle mode. I can't remember here. There's some setting in here I'm trying to remember here that essentially lets you go to the next thing. I need to essentially switch the focus of my button. So toggle mode is probably, well, I don't even need toggle mode. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's see. Let's see here. Trying to remember this. Input? Nope. Maybe it's neighbors. Essentially what I'm trying to do is remember how to navigate this, because you can only grab focus on one thing. And the code I have for like my move menu works really well. I'll show you that real quick. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully that pans out pretty well for you. All right, so ultimately so if you see here, if you look down the bottom right, I can control that and it goes right to it. This should as well. When this pops up, it is switching focus. It should do this, but I think what's happening is it's not deactivating my movement. So I think if I deactivated my movement, I think that would do it. So I already have a mode. I've already kind of planned for this. And essentially in my movement here, let's go to that. Movement. In my movement here, I have this move confirm mode, right? Ultimately, what I need then is on my camera, which is where I'm controlling where my screen is looking. I need to come down to move control mode here, or come add this essentially to lock myself out of moving. I got to find out where I'm doing that. I believe, let's see here. So active player or target position is that. Do that. Okay, so this right here. So if I think here I can say or. Let's see. This is in camera. So I need to add. Let's see. Interesting. So that keeps grabbing it. That's essentially saying, hey, if mode is not 3, I have an active player, and my target position is at the active player's feet, then grab focus on the move box, which is good. That is right. I do want this. Maybe it's not here. It is an if statement here, though. And so I'd say, like, if mode is not equal to 3, because I think when I put mode into 3, it lets me move around while I have this open. Basically, maybe it's even simpler than that. I just need if move confirm mode. And this mode exists within the movement. So what I would say is if has mode active player is where I'd start. And the reason why I do that is because if I don't do that, if I try to get the node, right? Because I'll do that next. If get node world grid map dot active player. If I try getting that and it's not there, it's going to break. It's going to return an error. You always have to make sure you're defining or constraining your code so that you're not ending up in an unknown state. So then I could say if that dot, and then I want to add here / movement dot move confirm mode equals true. And here I don't have to say equals true. I can just say if move confirm mode. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mode equals 1, print here, just so I can know that I'm getting there. It should allow me here. I probably want to grab focus on, let's see. Okay, that should work here. I'm already grabbing focus prior. So this should allow me to jump in and move around in that menu. We'll find out. Find out here in a second. Not quite. It does get there. Let's see. And you can tell whether you're still getting messages by looking there. So it is getting there when I move on this. It's getting there and it goes back. When I go to mouse mode, it does not get there. Okay. So this is good. I don't want to break focus. And the problem is I probably have too many things breaking focus. What I probably need to do, I'm thinking it's this that's breaking focus, or target position is not equal to my node here. Let's see. I'm going to see if that's the spot. I'm going to say print break. See if that's where it's having issues. And it might be. I'm trying to think here. So, okay. The braking's fine there. Okay. Oh, let's see. That's interesting. I'm trying to remember here what I did. This is probably a week ago when I did this other one. Let me see. So here I am grabbing focus on the move menu, which is good. And then when I grab focus on the move menu, I'm setting my mode to 3. I probably need to set my mode to 3, which probably prevents me from moving my my character, my what do you want to call it, camera around. So let's give that a shot. Because I have different modes defined. I essentially have mode for mouse, keyboard, joystick, and numpad. So it's still doing it. It should be setting my movement to 3, but I could be jumping right out of it. Okay, so move state, that's, you know what? I'm in move state. So I think I probably need this and not confirm. Oh, you know what I can do to make this easier? I could say this, you know what? I could probably do this because I should always have an active player anytime I do that. So I can probably do this. Sorry, it's starting to get late. If and elif. So essentially, check if I'm in move confirm mode. If not, am I in move state or attack state? That should do that. Let's check this. Okay. So let's see. Okay, at least it's not letting me move anymore, which is good. So now I think I just need to set up neighbors. I think that's one of the issues here. Yeah, so the prints, what's happening here, this is basically, if you've heard of the console, which is this is the output console. These print statements, the player will never see, but it allows me to see when that code is executing. It's just a way to debug. You could also print to the debug, I believe. There's a lot of ways you could do this. This is a very simple way that a lot of programmers use, which is essentially just print to the console. In a lot of programming languages like Visual Basic, you'll see like debug.print. Same thing. It's just a way to see what's going on. So the cool thing about printing is, like if I print here, not debug.print, if I print here, right, I can also say, okay, what else do I want to know? I want to know move confirm mode, right? It's a variable I have here. And so what it's going to do is it lets me, oh, it's going to tell me I have an error because it doesn't like this. Move confirm mode, not declare. Oh, it's because I have this. I need all this. Okay. So basically I grab that, and what it's going to do is it's going to tell me the value of that anytime it's in here. So then if I go run it again, what you'll see, if I go here, so you see that here true, that's because it is taking that move confirm mode and telling me it's true. And so you'll see a lot of that in my code, and I try to keep a lot of it for now. So like if I go, and then the hash here is the octothorpe is commenting it out, so it makes it not execute. But like if I go to my latest debug, which is this monster, you'll see a lot of like timing, and then I print the time. So what I was trying to do there was optimize this because it was taking a long time to run this. I mean, it was taking like 30 seconds to run. So every time I went into this move state, right, to get the squares that were valid, right, this blue squares right here, what it was doing was, in order to calculate this, it was running every possible combination to every square on the map and then saying, hey, can your character get there? Which is a very bad way to do that. So I updated the algorithm to instead, if it finds a square that's already been covered, it would eliminate it, which is similar to, it's basically started with an A-star algorithm and did some optimizations to make it faster. But I needed these print statements to identify what was taking a long time. And so essentially I was setting a timer in microseconds all throughout it to figure out what was taking a long time. And I found out a couple things. And then I worked them. So you can see, I think, some remnants, like prioritization takes time. Yeah, and again, I think that's because of the complexity of this game. If you're not making like a turn-based RPG or something that's like with like grid-based movement, you might not have to do that, right? You might be able to just say, hey, my character's going to move where I tell him to move. And there's a lot of built-in Godot tools to make sure to allow that to happen. So ultimately, you might not need to do that. All right, this is coming along pretty good. It's pretty close. Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think that'll be good. I think Resident Evil 4 came out originally on GameCube, if I'm remembering right. And it was good. I liked it. That's awesome. Horror games, super cool. I was trying to decide between this and a horror game. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. Yeah, no problem, Journey. Happy to talk through this. Excited that you're excited about game development. I think it is really intimidating. But once you jump into it, it starts opening up. There is, like I said, a kind of learning curve. Once you get past that and get past the intimidation of it, it really works out. That's awesome. High level, what are the cliff notes for the story? And then cool on the design aspect. I think that's where I'm lacking. I kind of have a story. So what I'm kind of thinking for this one is you're going to kind of start out and essentially I think it's going to be kind of more a technological thing, not like a technologically advanced, but more relying on like technology, maybe something like that. But then like magic is going to be introduced to it. And then once magic is introduced to it, the characters are going to have magic. So like everybody is going to be learning magic together. I think that's going to be like one of the key mechanics is like the enemies, everybody is building up and becoming more powerful in terms of magic, right? So that way there's kind of rationale for why when you're first starting out, you're fighting people with kind of weaker spells and stuff. And then I really want to drive, I really want to go figure out a kind of systematic way to develop spells and other abilities so that you're like, there's going to be hopefully a lot of options and maybe some systematically driven or automated kind of spell development. So it should be fun. Should be really unique every time you play. And yeah, it definitely, I'm sure if you've never done any programming, it'll be a pain to learn, but I bet it'll be a blast. And all power to you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Looking forward to that. Yeah. Keep me updated. I want to hear about the progress and, I'll absolutely demo it for you. And hopefully when I get done with this demo, you'll demo this for me too. Cause I'm sure there's going to be a lot of play testing. I have found, let's see if this is still here. I found some interesting bugs. I actually need this other character who can jump higher. There's been some interesting bugs that are very, what we call them is like, unverified failures. So you have them once and you can't repeat it. So like if I move here, right? If I move here, my guy moves around. That looks good. That's exactly what should happen because you can't jump through a bridge. However, like every once in a while, and I mean like once, he jumped through the bridge and got stuck. So kind of interesting. And that's cool. Yeah. Sci-fi and fantasy, that's exactly what I'm going for. It's kind of a mix there. 4 years. I bet that's a very well thought out story. That's awesome. I do not have that much story thought out. I basically have an intro. Yeah. And yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for was, hey, how do you justify not just having some big bad who's all powerful? What I think it gets me is I can fight the big bad early and he's going to be a lot weaker. But he's going to get away and then he's going to be learning over time as well, right? So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks a ton. Okay, so next thing I need to do is I can't control this menu. I have the right focus here, but I need to figure out, I think it has to do with the neighbors of the buttons. And unfortunately, I think I've got about 10 more minutes until I'm out. I'm starting to feel the tiredness. No, I get it. I'm a I have 2 small kids. I have a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old, and my memory has gotten shot. So, so I get it. All right. So yeah, so ultimately the way this is defined is each of these has like a grouping. Let me see if I can find the grouping here. Let's see. It's like here, we have like neighbor left, neighbor top, neighbor down. Ultimately, this would be defined. Hey, thanks, Journey. Appreciate it. I need to expand the playlist. Oh, the play test. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely, Journey. I will make sure to make that live as soon as I start getting stuff together. So, yeah, Ace, and I hope you do too. I usually stream. I stream actually like 3 or 4 times a week, and usually it's around this time. I usually start like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So if you're jumping in at 8:30, 9 o'clock, if you subscribe, check your subscriptions. Otherwise, I'm on Twitch as well. Feel free to jump on Twitch, Seashell Studio on Twitch, and you'll get a notification. I don't know how YouTube notifications work, but Twitch notifications aren't bad. So feel free to check that out. I think it has to do with here. So here's the focus. So maybe it's the mode. I'm trying to remember how this works. I may have to come back to it. Let's see, all. I think that's actually all I needed to do. Maybe I don't have to come back to it. Thanks, Ace. Appreciate it. Hopefully to see you again here soon. I have been streaming quite often. It's kind of after work. It's nice just to come work on this game. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah. I've been trying to do it at least a couple times a week. Obviously can't do it all the time. Thanks, Journey. Appreciate it. I'm pretty new and unfamiliar with the YouTube streaming. I just started streaming on Restream after they allowed it. I used to be a little more into streaming, but but now that they allow it on Twitch, I use that Restream tool, and it's pretty nice to be able to stream both places. Which is nice, kind of. Sometimes I have people who join from Twitch, sometimes from YouTube. Let's see here. One thing I'm checking here is I'm checking the mode, the focus mode on all these buttons. I think it inherits from parent, which is good, is what it should do. Yep. So it's inheriting from parent, thanks for the follow, Saintless Impromptu. So ultimately here, this mode is what should allow me to navigate between these. It's really that simple. However, obviously I'm not doing that. Actually, let me check here. Let me check my inputs, my input map. And so let me check like my left and right button here. So filter by event. The left, okay, right, down, up, okay. Those are all loaded the same. So that shouldn't make a difference. Essentially what I'm looking for here. Good deal, Journey. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, and that's cool that the Godot engine's on mobile. I did not know that. Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's my development mode. So right now I'm kind of thinking like it'd be nice if I could play this on mobile. So I've been running in that mode. I haven't hit any snags yet. I'm looking out for when I do that. So you're actually saying they have like a Godot engine where you can code on mobile. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out because that would be nice. If I have specific bugs, a lot of it's kind of monotonous. So I try to do that off stream. It would be nice to be able to work those bugs over on mobile. So that's cool. All right, what were our goals today? So our goals today, move character point A to point B. Obviously we got that. So this is an unverified failure. I need to get into a better tool here for bugs. I'm used to Jira. So used to having something much better. Jump through bridge, unverified failure. That's what UVF means. Confirm selection. I've got the window going, right? Windows up. Need to navigate menu. I'll probably come back to that and then some more testing. I think I've got my code pretty efficient at this point. Haven't done any mouse keyboard, so I still have some work to do there. But ultimately, I think we're doing pretty good. This is Godot 4. So with the latest, they do have, from my understanding, so Godot 4 came out as they were dealing with that Unity issue. And my understanding is that they kind of brought a lot of modern engine tools into it that they didn't have prior. So ultimately, yeah, it's I think it's probably worth the upgrade. I don't know what they have on mobile. If they have 3, that's fine. It's I don't think it's gonna like hinder you, especially if you're making a simple game. If you're doing a lot of mechanics, then it's a problem. 3 and 4. I'd go with 4. 4, you'll have the latest tool set, and like this code you see here, this is all GDScript. It'll be the same. Some names change, some things change between 3 and 4. It would be a pain to be following along in new tutorials and have a difference. So I'd probably go with 4. Probably worth it. I don't know if it's bigger or not. The executable on this is pretty small, and you just kind of download it from the internet. No install necessary. So I imagine it's pretty portable. All right. So right now I'm still kind of looking here. Let's see. Button release, keep pressed outside. I'm really surprised. Are these disabled? Let's see. Layout. Alignment. Okay, that's button selection. That's my horizontal thing here. Let me see if there's a like selection. Confirmation window. Let's see. Alignment, layout direction. Nope. Let's see. I mean, I could make the neighbor bottom. I could go ahead and assign that as cancel button. And I could make the neighbor top. Go ahead and assign that as confirm button. That might work. Let's do this as well, just to confirm that I'm actually focusing and I'm not doing something silly like changing my focus as soon as I unfocus. Let me go back to my movement here. And essentially just, or I guess my camera window. I know, yeah, I thought the same thing for a long time. And of course, you know, we all make those kind of Flash games and it gets a lot more complicated. But yeah, so I want to check focus. So I think what I can do here, I'm curious, what if I go ahead and drop the focus in there? So essentially I say, hey, if I'm in movement mode, you're staying focused. Yeah, I agree. It's you're thinking, man, you've got everything there. You just got to drag characters, make a story. But there's a lot to it. They do have, if you're interested, they do have like whole engines you can download from Godot. So like if you're making a horror game and you're saying, hey, I don't really care as much about the mechanics. I want to more apply my story, apply my my art style. You could probably find like a horror game engine that essentially just lets you import skins and characters, and as long as the mechanics are good. The .NET version of Godot allows you to use, my understanding is, allows you to use C#. So I am on the .NET version of Godot because I wasn't sure if I'd use C#. When I create like a new script, right? One of my options is C#. You have to use Visual Studio for that. I have not needed to use C# at all. If you're looking to make, if you're looking, this is probably what I'd go with. If you're looking to make like a multiplayer game, you probably want the ability to go to C#. The thing is, they're compatible with each other. So I could have some code in C#, some code in GDScript. But GDScript right now doesn't have support for like calling a server and having like multiplayer support as well. I would recommend GDScript for no coding experience. You probably don't need the .NET version. You'd have to go download Visual Studio. It's all free, but simplicity's sake, just get the regular version without .NET support. Go play in GDScript, use that, and then after you get some experience, go download the .NET version if you find that GDScript is inhibiting you. So far, I've had 0 issues with GDScript. I had someone pop in chat last week and was saying, hey, why are you using GDScript? Go use C#. And it's simplicity. That's the answer. This is so much simpler. Though, if you're like wanting a job in programming, C# is marketable because like I could take C# and go develop scripts for any company that's using number of tools, right? So if you're wanting to do coding long term, it might be worth learning C#. It looks good on a resume. GD script will not look good on a resume. I mean, not that it'd look bad, right? But it's not gonna look as good on a resume. So it depends what your goal is. If your goal is to make a game and have fun, I'd probably use GD script. All right, let's see here. Ultimately, I was gonna print my focus. Let me see where I'm setting that focus. I think it's in my character movement here, right here. So let me grab that. I still want to set it here, I think, but you know what? I am setting it a lot. That's my problem. Okay. So essentially what I'm doing, just to walk through what I just found, see this while input? Okay, so I have a while input here that's essentially running this over and over and over again until input, this Boolean value is not true. Or, yeah. It doesn't need an install. You just pull the exe down and it just runs from your screen. It's pretty nice. And then I'm setting input to true anytime I get one of these inputs. This is a silly way to do this. This is not good programming, but I'm prototyping. So trying to solve the problem, and then I'll come back and fix it. But I keep resetting and grabbing the focus on my confirm button. So of course I can't navigate the menu because I keep resetting back to the confirm button. I need to move this to my camera, right? And essentially say this. I can say, what if mode is not equal to 3 and this. Yeah, and I think it costs money too. Yeah, it's huge. Nope, I hear you. I think Godot is a good way to go. Okay, so that's ultimately what I'm doing here. And so then, yeah, set my mode to that, to 3. And then I should be good. And actually, I can probably take this back out of this state. Because even if I switch... Actually, no, I do need that in there because I need to stay in 3 for a little bit while I do that selection. Actually, yeah, I think that needs to stay in there. We'll check. We'll try it. We'll check it. See what happens. Okay. So ultimately, okay, so I ran into a bug, and that bug is I am locking myself out of movement. So let's see what that bug, what am I triggering there? All I changed was this. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I never downloaded it, but 100 gigabytes is crazy. Okay, so for some reason, that line of script. So you can see I added like 3 words, right? And when I added 3 words, I couldn't move. You'll deal with that a lot. So I would say one of the biggest tips I have for you is like anytime you make any change at all, just test it. On this, you can hit F5 and test. Don't make like more than 2 or 3 lines of code changes without testing it, because you are really putting at risk debugging, right? You're going to increase your debug problems by a lot. So yeah, interesting here. Ultimately, it's when I go into move state, and it's because this probably needs to be out. This may break it. We'll check. But yeah, that needs to be out. That'll let me move, and then we'll check. All right, so close, but now it won't lock out because I'm still in move state. So I think what I need to do here is say world grid map.move state equals false. And I probably need to do the same thing with attack state. Yeah, absolutely, Ace. Hey, it was good talking to you. Yeah, write that down for sure. It's a big one. That's something, you know, if you're whatever kind of programmer, you'll need it. And yeah, Ace, hope to see you here again soon. I'm about to sign off again anyway, here after I resolve this menu issue. So hopefully I'll see you again here very, very soon. I think I'll probably be streaming a couple times this week. Okay, it did not like that. So it did not, activity state? Oh my goodness. That's why I need to stop, because falling asleep at the wheel. All right. Good deal. So this should allow me to control the menu. it doesn't. Interesting. Okay, so my focus, I'm turning those off. You know what? It could be my script in here. Let's see. Essentially here, I am turning and setting the press button to 0, but if it was doing that, let me comment this out for a second. See if that's my problem. I'm kind of thinking it might be. Oh, okay, I need to pass. Essentially do nothing in that script. All right. Let's see if I can move something now. Nope. All right, so my focus does go to confirm selection, but obviously it broke it right afterwards. So what I can do is, let's go back here, or go back to my camera. I'm thinking what's happening is I'm hitting this. So I should grab focus. Let's go ahead and grab it. I'll grab it twice. And essentially I'll grab it when it first pops up on the screen. And then I'll grab it there. Not a great way to do it, and I'll clean it up. I'm just trying to see if I can get this somewhat working. So there's probably another place I'm grabbing focus that I probably have to go turn off, but I'm thinking if I can grab focus before I trigger a mode change, it'll stay on there. Nope, I'm actually on, I don't know if you saw, I was actually on move mode down here. See the menu in the bottom right? Okay. I think I see what's happening. So then in my navigation, in my camera script, you can see it's like a bunch of little programs. So you kind of have to remember where your code is. If you have good organized code, you can avoid a lot of downtime because you can know where everything is. I do not have good organized code, which makes it a little bit hard. Okay, so essentially here, I do want to have if this and not move confirm mode. So I do want to get rid of that to say if I'm in move confirm mode, ignore this function. And then here, I want to also add the same thing. If not in move confirm mode, and this, then I can put my focus back on the normal UI. All right, let's check that out. Ooh, it doesn't like that. Okay, it's because I just called move confirm mode probably. Okay, so my move confirm mode, which is in my movement script, may not be initializing to a value. Is that the case? Oh, it's because I don't have an active player, so I need there. That's interesting. Because I'm already confirming I don't have an active player actually. So I might have to come back to this one. This one might be a little bit challenging to troubleshoot live anyway. Okay, so here's what's happening is I'm checking if I have a node for active player. And then obviously if I don't, I do that. Well, I have to have an active player node for move confirm mode. So ultimately that shouldn't ever trigger. Let me check when I grab focus elsewhere. I'm kind of thinking I'm doing this. So this is probably what's happening is it's probably jumping back and forth between here. So I probably also need this right here on this right here, which essentially says, hey, if you're in move control mode, don't grab the menu screen for the move, or essentially the menu screen for action selection. Okay. So we got, look at that. Huge, really huge. Fantastic. And then I need to code those things. I got some work to do now, but at least I have my menu. Decode in shooting. There are some tutorials on there that can probably take you to nothing to having like shooting pretty quickly. Ultimately, the way that would work in 3D is you generate a bullet at the tip of your gun going in the direction your gun's facing, which if it's like, it depends, like if you're first person mode, right? Like I'm first person mode and I'm looking, you could probably just generate like in the middle of the screen, GoldenEye style, and just have it travel in that direction. And that should be okay. That should be pretty minimal code, because all you have to do is look at where the camera's pointing and then launch it in the same vector with some high speed. And then you have collision on that. So the thing about collision is essentially the reason why everybody's standing on these tiles is collision. I have a collision box on my guy, right? Hitboxes, if you're familiar with that. I have a hitbox on my guy, and I have a hitbox on the ground, on all the floor pieces of the ground. And then if they're colliding, gravity won't pull you through it. For a bullet, they have these signals where you essentially say, hey, if you've collided with something, let me see if I can find, probably on this guy, or on here. Maybe not, maybe on player. Let's see if there's a collision. There's going to be, you have to find out which object it is. There's one of these objects, which is one of these nodes that allows essentially you to detect collision. Maybe it's collision shape. You have to watch the tutorial, but essentially you'd say, hey, if this collides with something, give me the value of what it collided with. And then you could say, you know, if it's like a one-hit kill thing, say like, hey, this guy's now dead. Or if it's like a something else, right? Like damage, you'd have to go code that, but should be able to do it pretty easily. That was a long explanation. I bet you could code it faster than that explanation. And I'm sure there's tutorials to help you get there. I would say look at those tutorials though. All right. If you run into problems, just come ask. I'm happy to take a look. If you have issues on your code, feel free to send it to me. Happy to take a look. Never a problem with that. So with that though, I think I am going to call it a night. It has been a lot of fun though. Thanks Journey and Ace for hanging out. We did get the confirmation selection screen here. I can hit a button. It's going to break after I do. But yeah, really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. So with that, yeah, I hope to see you soon. I'll be back on, let's see, today is Wednesday. I'll probably be back on tomorrow or potentially Friday. So you can pay me when I release a game. Maybe you can, I'll give you the free version, and then you can give me $1 or something to cover it. But no payment needed. I'm really enjoying this. I enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. So, hey, I'm happy you stopped in here too. Had a really good time. Yeah, with that, good night, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Hope to see you soon.